Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you're already subscribed, hello and welcome back. So today's video, finally I have decided to actually do my makeup, sit down and record what happened when I went to Turkey for my breast reduction. The top that I'm wearing today, you can't really see the size difference. I don't think you'd be able to tell the size difference, but I don't know, I'm gonna make a decision by the end of this video if I'm gonna show you what they look like in this video or if I'll leave that for another video. But it's been over a month now. I got it done on February the 26th, we're in April, so it's like 2 months later. So I'm healed, like I don't have any healing stitches or anything, or any bandages anymore. But we'll get into that. This video is gonna have to be split up because I'm pretty sure if I go through absolutely everything, and if I'm sorry, oh my god, what? Let's start that again. I'm pretty sure if I go through everything, I would be here for like 30 minutes or maybe an hour going through absolutely everything about what I went through and what I had to do to heal myself. So I will be doing like a few different videos on different sections of the process after getting your breast reduction, if that makes sense, which I think did. So okay, so I've got like everything written down because if I didn't, I would just be rambling forever and ever. So I'm gonna go through like step by step basically my day, the day I left London, everything that happened up until the point I had the surgery, and then the other videos will just be more in depth of like the healing process and things like that. That's all that's going to be happening in these next few videos. Between there might be videos that are completely unrelated to just like normal content, but you'll know when it's about the breast reduction because I'll put it in the title anyway. So yeah, let's get into this video. So this is how my day went. I woke up at about 5 and it was way too early for me to be up, but that's the time we woke up. We had someone coming to pick us up to take us to the airport. I can't remember what airport it was. I think it was Stansted. I think that was Stansted Airport. First time I've ever been to an airport, first time I've ever been on a plane. Surprisingly, I wasn't that nervous, but it was when I was actually on the plane when I got nervous. But we had to do like the baggage claim, or like weigh our bags and everything. Went through all of that, the usual stuff. So obviously you guys, not me, that's not my usual thing because I've never done it, but you guys will know what I mean when I say the usual stuff. After we did all that, we went through duty free. I couldn't believe some of the prices for things. It was actually pretty good. So we went through duty free. There was a bunch of perfumes, smelling a bunch of perfumes. What else did we do when we went through there? I think we just got like snacks to take on the plane, snacks to eat like whilst we were waiting, and we also grabbed some food. So once on the plane, I was pretty nervous. It was a weird experience. When the actual plane took off, I actually felt tears. I think I have footage. Oh my god. It's not like that. Oh my god, that was horrible. Here I am now. That was awful. So yeah, so we're on the plane, really nervous. Skip forward to when we land. When we land, we get off, collect our bags and everything, and there is a guy waiting, or two guys waiting there with like a bunch of names, and my name is one of those names. I say obviously that's me. He then says wait here, and then he starts like leading us. It's like a group of people from that flight, so I guess everyone had their own car coming to pick them up, but he then leads us. He leads us to the car where my driver was. We kept the same driver our entire stay, so the driver didn't change, which was nice because it was like seeing a familiar face every time we left our hotel, which was good. So anyway, so that driver then took us to our hotel, which was about 45 minutes away. We got there way quicker than 45 minutes because the way they drive in Turkey, honestly, if it was on these roads, everyone would be getting pulled over. They do not care on the roads in Turkey. They're like cutting in front of each other, like nearly skimming each other's cars. It's absolutely ridiculous. Me and my mum were just like, and I think my brother wasn't even paying that much attention, but we were just like, oh, okay. Okay, like I thought I did not come to Turkey, did I? But apart from that, it was fine. We got there quick, so it was all good. Once we got to the hotel, it was literally like empty. We walked over to the check-in person. They checked us in. I remember reading in the booklet that you're required to pay £100 like holding fee at the hotel when you get there. So I guess that's for anything that you may use. They'll take it off of that tab or whatever. So we were like, Daniel paid for his stay and everything, and they were like leading him to his room, and they were like, oh come on. And then me and my mum were just standing there because we were ready to pay this £100, and they were like, oh, can we help you? And we were like, yeah, we need to pay the £100. They were like, oh no, CLINICHUB have paid for it for you. We were like, oh okay then, cool. So we quickly try and find my brother. He's waiting in the elevator. So we get in the elevator, go up to our room, and I think I have footage of the room. If I do, I will insert that here. So this room that we were in, we only stayed in there probably for like, I don't know, say 4 hours, because then I received a message from my, what are they called, patient coordinator, saying that I was going to be picked up at midnight, and they were literally like, you're going to be picked up at midnight, don't be late, we're going to be taken to the hospital and blah blah blah. So I take a nap, make sure I wake up like at 11:45. I'm downstairs waiting for my cab because I'm like, they said don't be late, so I can't be late. So explain to me why I was waiting for an hour, literally a little over an hour. They didn't come and get me till like 1 in the morning. So we were just, me and my mum were just sitting in the lobby for an hour for no reason. This whole time I could have been asleep. So that was the only thing, well, it wasn't the only thing that pissed me off, but that was one thing that I was just like, really, like if you tell me a time, I'm the type of person, if you tell me a time, be there for that time. Because if you tell me a time, I'm gonna make sure I'm there for that time, like I was. But that's besides the point. Once we got to the hospital, they take your passport, and I think they must be putting it into their system or whatever. If you don't have your passport, you can't have the surgery, so you can't forget that when you're going. So they've done all that, and then I think it was a man that then showed me, and then we were with 2 other ladies who, one was getting her teeth done, and the other was getting a BBL, but they were like friends, so they'd come together. Sorry. Oh god, wind. So yeah, they'd come together, took us to our rooms. We each had like our own private room. So see, like in the UK, we do obviously have private hospitals where you can have your private rooms, and in normal hospitals you have private rooms, but normally you're on a ward with like, say, 6 other people. But we all had our own separate rooms with nice clean bathrooms. I was at Memorial Hospital in Istanbul. So me and mum just like settled in really. Mum slept on like a pull-out, it's not a sofa, but it was like a mini chair, so it could only fit obviously one person. And that pulled out into like a little bed, so she slept on that. It wasn't the most comfortable thing for her, but she didn't really care. She just wanted to stay with me the whole night. And then it was probably like at 8 a.m. when, no, let me go back. Right, so we settled in, I was taking a nap. It was probably around 3 in the morning when a nurse came in with a bunch of paperwork. So she was like, okay, this is all the paperwork, basically all the, I keep saying, I'm really sorry, because I'm trying to remember, because it was like 2 months ago. She said, this is all like the permission, like giving permission, reading through all the risks and stuff like that, so you have to sign your papers. She was like, I'm not going to take them now. If you just sign them now, and you can read through them, and then we'll collect them in the morning. I was like, okay, cool. I know, I've been told since I was a kid, never sign papers without reading them. But the only reason I sign them is because she said I could keep them. So I knew that if I read through and I didn't agree, I would have just ripped them up anyway. But my mum kept going, oh, you shouldn't have signed that, blah, 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 blah. And I was just getting so frustrated with her, like, shut up, like, I know what I'm doing. So I've signed it all. And then it's when I'm reading through, I'm like, this is not for the surgery I asked for. They gave me the wrong papers, like, it was not my surgery. And I said, I'm not getting this. So then she's like, oh, okay. So she takes them back, then brings me back more papers. Now these papers say that this is for a BBL. I said, I'm not getting a BBL. So we also notice at the top, it has like your name, your date of birth and everything, which is stuff they need to have correct. And even the bracelet that I had all the wrong details. It had my name, but the wrong date of birth. We were like, none of this is right. Like, this needs to be fixed before anything happens. Like, it needs to be fixed, because I can't be going in thinking I'm getting my tits done and come out with a BBL. Although I wouldn't have complained. Well, I would have complained, but I wouldn't have been like that angry. That's not what I paid for, kind of thing. So then they go back, they go back, they've gone for a while, and then all of a sudden a nurse comes in, and she's like, oh, okay then, so I want to take you through everything, and she's talking about a BBL, and my face is like, and she was like, what surgery are you here for? I said, breast reduction and breast lift. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she starts speaking to the guy next to her. They then leave the room. The lady now comes back with the correct papers, finally. Sign those, give them to her. At this point, my mum's like freaking out. Internally, I'm freaking out, but it was something I wanted done so bad. At that point, I didn't care. I was like, yeah, they've messed up a few times, but regardless, we move. This is happening. These boobs are leaving today. Like, that was my mindset. So mum's is there with a pissed off look on her face, thinking, can they not do anything right? Mum's leaving the room, like checking for these ladies, making sure they've sorted everything out. And then that was the last time I saw someone that night. Well, that morning, technically, because it was so early. So I've gone to bed, and then I've been woken up by Dr. Furkan, and Dr. Furkan, my not patient coordinator, but I can't remember what they're called, but the person that was with me throughout my stay, and the person that kind of like translated, that kind of person. I can't remember the name of what they're called. I remember her name, but I don't remember the name of what they call them. So they came in, gave me like my gown and everything, told me to get naked, done all my markings, took all my pictures. I was going to insert footage of that, but I now do not have access to Final Cut Pro, because I was going to use the free trial until I could buy it, but right now I'm not at work because of coronavirus, so I don't have money to purchase it. It's like £300. I ain't got the money for it, so I'm going to be using iMovie, and I don't know how to blur, and I don't even think there's the possibility to blur on that, so I can't insert that footage of my naked body being drawn on. But he did all my markings, made sure the nipples that he was going to put on me were symmetric, and it was all great. Like, I was excited. Then he was like, okay, cool, you're going down for surgery now. He said, like, you're the first one. I was like, right, okay. So I've got on the bed, and then they bring in another bed next to your bed. Then they get you to go onto that bed, and then they roll you away. I've got footage of that, so I will insert that footage, because I'm not naked in that one. And that was it, I was gone. After that, obviously I don't remember anything of the actual surgery, because I was knocked out. But coming back, actually, no, let me go back again. So what I do remember is being in recovery. So I remember when I opened my eyes, I was just making noises, like I was just like I was just making noises like that, because I was in pain. I was really groggy, I didn't know where I was, and then I realised where I was, and I couldn't move my arms to touch my boobs. I tried to like look down, but everywhere is so like bruised and in pain, you can't really move that much. And then I kept saying like, where's my mum, I want my mum, but obviously they don't really understand you that much. So I was just laying there, and it wasn't that long, I think I was there for like 10-15 minutes, and then they started rolling me down. It was the movement of the bed where I could feel the pain, and I was just like, there was just tears rolling down my face. Like, I was literally just laying there, and there was just tears rolling down my face. And I got into the room, my brother was there waiting for me, and my mum was literally at the corridor waiting for me when they were rolling. And yeah, I just remember being in so much pain. So I think it was the same day when obviously they give you a few hours. In all, it felt like I was there in the hospital for 3 days, but I really wasn't. They come in, they give you a while. I think you have to wait like 4 hours or something before you can eat. And then finally, when I could eat, they gave me, I think it was bread, soup, and they gave me something else, and I can't remember what it was, but hopefully I have footage of it. And after I ate was when I could first get up to walk. I couldn't get up or anything without eating. So I'd done that. They waited a couple hours, and then the nurse came in and got me to walk around the hospital. Come back, and then she was like, how you feeling? I was like, cool. And I think it was when I got back from the walk was when the first time I looked at them. It was either before or not, but the first time I looked at myself in, like, I was wearing like a pyjama top from Primark. I literally looked in the mirror and I burst out crying. It was the happiest moment of my life, literally. I was so happy. I was like, finally, they are gone. I don't have these like massive high sitting titties anymore. Like, they were literally up here. Like, now they're just little tiny. They fit in my hand. It's great. And my back doesn't hurt as much. My back, instantly, my brother was like, at the top, I used to be like this, hunched over, but he was like, he could see straight away my back was getting a dip in it, which is normally meant to have. Instead of it being like rounded, it had like the normal dip in the center, and it was crazy. But yeah, that was my experience of the day of the surgery. I'll do another video of what it was like when I got home and I had to carry on with the treatments. I have all the boxes of my medication that they gave me, so I can show you guys like what I had, and if you're going there, you'll know what to kind of expect. And I will also show you guys my scars and things like that in probably that video. And that's when you will see my before and after. I have, like, a few of you have DM'd me on my Instagram, and I've sent you personally my before and afters because you've asked for it. And I'm not going to be one to be like, wait for the video. If you watch the video, you watch the video. If you don't, you don't at the end of the day. It'd be nice if you did. But no, yeah, if you want any more like in-depth information, you can message me in my DMs. I do always reply. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope I wasn't all over the place too much, but it's the best decision I've ever made. Regardless of the little mistakes, the little silly mistakes they made, which would have made anyone feel uneasy and unsure about the decision they've made. The surgeon was amazing. The nurses were so lovely. Like, they were really nice. There was one that called me baby. She was like, oh baby, it's okay baby. Like, she was so sweet. They were very, very nice. They couldn't believe that I was 21. They all thought I was like 16, 14. And that's why so many people in the actual hospital were staring at me and they looked so confused. And I said, Mum, it's because they think I'm a kid getting cosmetic surgery. They literally think I'm a little child coming in to get cosmetic surgery, and that wasn't the case. I'm a grown-ass woman. Oh, it was a great experience. I had a nice time. Although I was in pain, I had a nice time. And in other videos as well, I'll tell you about my recovery in the hotel. So what I'll do the next video, which will be like my recovery in the hotel, how that was. I can't really go into that much depth with that because I spent most of the time laying down, but I can tell you the feelings I had, what happened, what mistakes I made that you shouldn't make, and things like that. And then the next one, scars, titty reveal, and then we'll be done with this whole breast reduction journey because there's not much more to say about it after that, and we can get to some normal content because I'm trying to get my motivation to film, and today I had that motivation, so yeah, lucky you guys. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. How do I normally end my videos? This is really bad. I don't remember how I end my video. This is how long it's been. Oh my god, how embarrassing. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everyone is at home, staying safe. and protecting our NHS and clapping every Thursday. I think it's every Thursday at 8 o'clock. I hope that's not wrong, because if that's wrong, that is terrible of me. Stay safe, guys. Bye.